This is a podcast about learning your skills. Learning your skills is about knowing what you're good at. So you could have like 2,000 hobbies, like I have about 500 hobbies, but I'm better at some things than other things. But the main thing is for people who want to get into athletics or into high paid jobs or other things, they should learn something that I learned, and that is just to focus on the things that you're very good at. So I might be like a silver medal hockey player, swimmer, boxer, MMA person. I might be a platinum songwriter, movie writer. So this is too many things, but that's why I'm good at a lot of things myself. But if you ask me to lose 50 kilos in a week, I'm not going to be doing that. Other people don't even need to lose 10 kilos even when they overeat. So everyone has a different skill that they're good at. But you focus on the ones that you want to get paid for. That's what I'd say. Focus on the ones you're going to get paid for and also the ones you enjoy doing more. And it's easier for you. It's not so stressful for you to do it. It's more easy. That means you're going to get a higher score. You're going to score like 95% out of 100 instead of like 55. Or you're going to score like, the gold medal instead of the bronze. You just keep focusing on those ones that you're good at. There's too many things you're doing. There's too many things you're paying for, cars and different hobbies. There's too many things. That can be hard because you don't want to give those things up. So you break it down into seasonal sports, because you're not going to play ice hockey in summer unless you're a professional athlete that plays all year. Not really, So you break it up into seasons. I'm an ice hockey player, but in the summer I'm going to play baseball because I'm good at both. And I'm going to focus on playing against players that are much, much harder than the usual people I play with and I beat all the time. So I'm going to play against professionals and see if I get my ass whooped or if I'm going to beat them and scare them as a rookie. I'm going to scare them as a rookie. So that's how I do it. Like when I did martial arts, I used to I bashed up about 15 10th dans when I was a white belt. When I say bash up, I don't mean like I put them in hospital. I mean I put physical bruises on them in amateur matches in the classroom, and they put me up to second dan black belt taekwondo fights when I was only a yellow belt. So something like that. Some people have different skills, different skill level. I was a hockey player. I'm a very strong hockey player. I'm a very strong swimmer. When I went to Brisbane Boys Grammar in Brisbane, Australia, Kieran Perkins was at my school. He's one of the best swimmers in the world. Kieran Perkins was 2 laps ahead of me. And I was like in a different grade than him. So the people I swam with, I was like first place, second place. But when we compared our times for doing 100 meter, it's 100 meters per lap or 50 meters per lap in the pool at BBC, I was about 2 laps behind Kieran Perkins, and everyone else behind me was about 1.5 laps. So like the next guy behind me was 1.5 laps behind me. So I could have been a professional swimmer, but I'd probably be about silver level. Kieran Perkins was gold. I mean, I had already been taught swimming by my mother for over 10 years, and I'd won swimming competitions in another state where I was born. And I'd won hockey competitions in the state that I was born for my school and for other competitions. And I was working up to state level. So that showed me that I'm probably more of a gold level for hockey and silver level for swimming. So, there's people better than Kieran Perkins or claim to be. So you have to face reality. And when I was at BBC, I also played against the Wallabies captain of Australia. His mum's from South Africa, and she's a Caucasian from like Finland or something. And anyway, we were like acquaintances, and he's very good leader, natural leader. But I had given him advice about losing weight because you have to maintain a certain weight class, and he had to get a lot of work done to maintain that body of his, and he's very, very fit. But later on he dropped it because maintaining that level of fitness is very difficult for some people. So he's a much stronger person, and he's a good leader. But maintaining the body forever is not going to work out for everybody. Like you get your policeman that weighs 65 kilos, that's the body you have to have for police. 45 kilos, that's the body you have to have. If you're 90 kilos, you need to drop 20 kgs for police, or 15. And you have to keep that off all year round, summer, winter, everything. If you have one steak dinner, that's 5 kgs back on your body for the next week if you don't work out. If you're a middle-aged man, you have to work out things. Mathematics skills, English skills, you have to work things out, but you have to work things out faster. Much, much faster. You have to work this out before you turn 21, 22. Because you have to get into this stuff when you're younger. There are people who get into acting when they're 50 years old and stuff, but let's be reality. Before you get older and you get tired, people don't want to do things when they're older, usually. Or it's harder. So you're going to get into this stuff and build up yourself a fortune, and financially or skill level, experience level. Say John Cena, for example. John Cena spent maybe $20,000 on wrestling school, $18,000. He spent 5 years learning how to wrestle. I'm just the same size as John Cena. When he takes steroids or drugs or puts on more food in his body, I'm the same size. I can smash him if I want to. Without drugs, because I can get big if I want to. But the thing is, I didn't do wrestling school training. I don't have that training. I've done training in martial arts and other instructors in wrestling, but I didn't go to an official wrestling school yet. So he has to have things like that done so he can be better than other people and improve on his skills, so he's actually better on wrestling, on the different moves, and he's stronger. The body's been trained up that way. The body has to be trained a certain way, like conditioned for a certain amount of years, and so you're stronger on something. Same as if you're a security guard, you have to do standing up a long time, a lot of walking, you have to be stronger than other people, even mentally stronger. You have to know some basic laws. Teachers, everything, they all have to have training. But whatever you start on, you could be looking at 10 years. So if you start something, you can be looking at 10 years till you become good enough. And other things, you could be good enough in less than 1 year naturally, like I am with songwriting. Could be a hidden talent that was just you're born with. Some people are just born like that. Some people are just born as natural boxers, or naturally good at running or something. So, majority of people, they have to have qualifications, training. Even if you're better than everyone else, and you know that, and everyone knows that you're better, a lot of the time in the workplace, they're not going to listen to you till you finish that degree, or you get that wrestling certificate or that martial arts certificate. They're not going to listen to you. I'll pay attention to you. And you don't want to have to get into physical fights to show people you're better than them and go to jail and things like that. Some people do those things, but it's not a really good idea. Like the guy who founded judo in Japan is known for having nightclub fights and throwing people through windows down the side of hills and stuff like that, of bars, in headlocks and stuff like that, and hurting people to prove that judo was just as good as karate or better. Before he got students and they accepted judo as a proper martial arts, because it was made by somebody like that who nobody listened to and nobody gave a shit about, because they all wanted to do just karate or just ninjutsu. They wouldn't listen to him. But when he became an official person for judo, it's because he was stronger and he was better at doing that stuff, and he was able to beat people from other martial arts and prove that judo can be used for self-defense for police as well as street fights. Because people say judo can't because you hold one person down on the ground and then 10 people come